remnants of a World War II bunker. Just miles from my house. The next ridge line over there is where we're going. We're going down, back up, over there. Another walkie-talkie. Lessons grunts can learn from backpackers. Let's go. Welcome back, guys. If you missed the last video on this topic, that was lessons backpackers could learn from grunts, go check that out as well, because man, did it stir up a discussion. Mostly positive feedback, good talking points, some butt hurt, but hey, you know what? It's the internet, it's YouTube, it happens. I had been planning to do this version of it, what grunts can learn from the backpacking community, even the ultralight guys. I've been planning this for a while, so I'm glad I got the other one out first to get it in people's heads that this is happening. So now you can see the other side of the debate. Make sure you stick around for the end, because the last one is gonna blow your freaking mind and it's gonna hurt some feelings. So first off, I think the grunts have a lot to learn from the backpacking community. There's very many ways that we are similar. Being dirty, tired, sleeping outside, sucking, just dealing with the elements constantly, no break. There's so many commonalities that we share. And like I said in the first video, I always like to find the good things of any community, especially in the outdoors, and relate it to what I'm doing. Throw out the bad, keep the good. All right, so in the last video, I talked a lot about mindset. That's gonna come up pretty frequently during this talk as well. But the number one point is the mindset going from the military and mission-oriented to just going out in the woods. So you guys have seen, I don't always walk around in camo clothing anymore and heavy-duty stuff. It really just depends on what I'm doing. I'm on a nice, not flat, but very smooth surface. So I don't need heavy-duty nylon and cotton freaking combat pants and a extreme top. I'm not busting through brush. If you see me out around my property going through crazy terrain or doing off trail stuff in the Sear Challenge, yeah, need heavy duty stuff. These hiking pants ain't gonna freaking cut it. It just ain't gonna happen. The point is, a lot of military guys, veterans, even general outdoorsmen, they forget that the military surplus stuff is awesome and it has its place. Most of it's dirt cheap, it's easy to find, it's easy to replace. Most of it lasts forever, but there are modern, lighter solutions that will work just as well. And on the side of kind of dressing normal, I've learned that if I'm working out at my place and I gotta go into town real quick, I really stand out as being, you know, like a militia guy or some hardcore heavy-duty dude. Something to think about. These days, you might not always want to look like you're freaking going to war. All right, number two, redundancy. So I get it, in the military world, we have to be prepared for all scenarios, things breaking, having to share stuff with our buddies. So we carry a lot of redundant items. And I'll tell you guys, my biggest pet peeve was seeing soldiers go out for 2 to 3 days with 7 pairs of socks. 7 pairs of socks for a couple days. Now I get it, you never know if it's only gonna be a couple days. And a big problem was the leadership that didn't have field experience, just throwing out ridiculous packing lists, loading guys shit down. 7 pairs of socks, 4 pairs of underwear, an extra pair of boots, an entire extra uniform, extra hat for the uniform, multiple leggings, many different types of jackets, different types of gloves.
Charms, candy, powder, coffee, sugar, matches, compass, bayonet, entrenching tool, ammunition, gas mask, reset bag with ammo, my webbing, my 45, canteen, 2 cartons of smokes, Hawkins mine, 2 grenades, smoke grenade, gamma grenade, TNT, this bullshit, and a pair of nasty skip.
Then you got backpackers walking around with 1 pair of socks, 1 pair of shorts, pants to sleep in, and a rain jacket. Done. And another thing was our issued socks. I think they're still issuing this bullshit green cotton nylon garbage. So guys, Grip 6 is an awesome company I've talked about plenty of times. Get a wool synthetic spandex mixture socks. You can wear those forever. Into one village, out the other side. We're climbing now. We got about 480 feet in less than a mile. So this is gonna be fun. I'm not saying you should go everywhere and just keep the same pair of socks on, but how can backpackers go out and hike thousands of miles in the same pair of socks, or at least a couple hundred before a wash? And soldiers, we can't go out with less than 7 pairs. That's ridiculous. Also, an extra pair of boots. Guys, we buy the heavy duty, tough ass military boots for a reason. And you got guys going out for a couple days, quick mission, carrying an extra pair of boots. No. Number 3, now we're talking about packing like your Paris Hilton. Soldiers tend to get bad advice either in their packing list or their leadership, and they don't really know what to do. So they tend to overpack. Well, this brings me back to basic soldiering. You can get repair kits issued in the Army, or you can build your own. But they used to teach us how to make repairs. Maybe I was lucky. I had a squad leader from the light infantry. He taught me a Grunt minimalist kit, and he taught me how to make repairs and replace things. So I'm not sure if they teach fieldcraft or not anymore, but it seems like soldiers drop that. Instead of being able to alter or repair their stuff in the field, they just lean on bringing extra crap. And I said it in the last video, I'll say it again. If there's any reason for grunts to learn something from the backpacking community, especially the ultralight guys, it's how to cut pack weight where you can. Because the backpackers get to know that they're coming into town to refit. They don't have to carry a whole bunch of crap. They're not carrying ammo and weapons, weapon sights, batteries, all kinds of extra garbage for the mission. As grunts, you could load up your light 35-pound patrol pack, throw it on your 25 pounds of plate carrier gear, and then when you're standing out there getting ready to step off, you get handed a javelin or the AT-4 rocket or machine gun ammo. Now you got 30 to 40 pounds added to you. So what do? You start throwing out comfort items from your patrol bag, and then you freeze your ass off at night. Whew. Man, I gotta be honest, guys, this hill's kicking my ass. Whew. We're about halfway there, and at least we get a nice view once we're done. But climbing hills with a ruck, I am out of shape. It's bad. So that's why we're out here doing it. So in the last video, I touched on it a little bit, but we'll say elitism, badge protecting, gatekeeping. I think grunts, especially guys who've been to combat and have seen some shit, we can be the worst at telling others how to freedom and how to outdoor. And I get it, I used to be that guy. Nowadays, I try to help people and guide them instead of trying to direct them. You know, but I touched on the ultralight elitists. You know, they put their noses up at everybody. But overall, the hiking, camping, backpacking community, they're a very cool bunch. Laid back and chill. It is truly a hike your own hike mentality. They will share tips with you if you ask, but for the most part, they're not forcing stuff down your throat. And us grunts could definitely learn a thing or two about that. It's about the experience, alone or with other people. You just chill the hell out, go out there and have a good time. Doesn't matter what others are doing. Almost at the top. Starting to get a view. These rolling hills, you don't get a great view. We were over there somewhere. All right, so one commonality I just touched on. Backpackers and grunts, no matter what the temperatures are, we're typically not doing fires. So that's respect to both communities. Something I see in the survival and bushcraft community. If you tell them they can't have a fire, they're done, they're out. So between the climb, 460 feet, my bad. That was a 20-minute mile. And running my trap, that hurts, but good training. Now we're about to get flat. We're getting back to our 15-minute mile pace without running. I try not to run. There's a bunker line all the way across this whole thing for a couple clicks. One day, I will come out here and show it to you guys. If you want to see it, let me know. I'm talking to prove that it's not sped up. That's actually how you walk when you're rucking. No camera magic, fast feet, as fast as you can walk without running. Okay, somewhere out here, oh, there it is. It's another pretty big one. Oh, this was on private property, so I'm not gonna go back there, but pretty big, man. There's another one right down the trail here, off on this side. So less than 100 feet away. There's one, there's one. Trying to keep a workout. Ah, screw it, I'll show you real quick. So you got idiots ruin everything. All of them were demolished in Germany. Bummer. But I could drive about an hour away into France and walk through all of them. They're still open. Massive, they're like massive buildings built into the mountain. So that would either be a pillbox, observation point, or an entrance, because there would be tunnels and complexes in this mountain. But I've counted them before. I can't remember. It's at least over 10 of those like entrances or OPs within about a mile and a half. So this was a fortified freaking mountain for sure. Are y'all ready for the final tip? This one's gonna hurt, guys. It's gonna hurt. So first, I have a question for you guys, my military brothers and sisters. I mentioned fieldcraft before. Do we teach basic survival anymore? At least for Army and Marine grunts? Because I remember my first deployment getting issued purification tablets, being taught how to filter and purify water. But maybe it's the global war on terror, because everywhere you went, especially on FOBs, you just had pallets of water everywhere. I taught my soldiers what to do with water, but you read about these stories of guys in the mountains of Afghanistan, and I talked to some soft guys when I was over there, and they would talk about running out of water. And they're up in the green hills like this. And I'm like, what do you mean you run out of water, dude? If there's green around, there's water. You know, we don't carry the purification tablets, couldn't do a fire. It's like, well, what the fuck, man? Those tablets are light as hell and they could save your life. Running out of water in a combat zone is a definite no-go. So that is what we definitely need to get back to. I think the backpackers, at least the ones I know, don't get upset. A lot of them are lacking on fieldcraft, repair and creating stuff, modifying equipment. But they know how. They pretty much drink filtered water for their entire hikes. I know people who just go on day hikes and they don't even leave the house or their car with water because they already know where they're gonna get water from. Basically, if a soldier goes anywhere without at least 3 liters of water on him, he's getting chewed up. It doesn't matter if there's gonna be tons of fresh water where you're going. Did we create a welfare state where modern soldiers always depend on having a water source there that they don't have to filter or purify? I don't know, but it's definitely something we could learn. Get back to the basics, guys. Fieldcraft, we got most of the fieldcraft side down. I hope you do, but get back to collecting and purifying, filtering water. The famous crossroads. Which one is it? That is it, guys. If I missed something, let me know down below. Hopefully you listened to this whole talk instead of being butthurt and flipping out on the keyboard down there. You learned something, and if you have something to add, you're gonna let me know about it. We can all learn from one another. And getting outdoors, whatever you're doing, we are a community, like it or not. Keep the tribalist mentality and elitist and put your nose up at everybody. But guess what? Who is going to come help you in the outdoors? Mom and dad sitting at home, or your friends who are sitting on the couch drinking? No, if you call somebody on the radio or you're blowing your rape whistle, it's gonna be a fellow outdoorsman coming to save your butt. So again, we are community, guys. Let's freaking act like it. I'll see you in the next one. And that's the main one, if you can see it, kind of sticking up right there. It's actually open over there, so it sees across this entire valley. Very cool. Let's get on with the getting on.